Hi guys. Oh, people joined. Okay. Tell them, how do I add people? Hi. Oh, hi guys. Hi everybody. Hi everyone, and welcome to Conversations from 617. And thank you for joining us. She said request.
Oh, hey guys. I'm helping her with the stuff. Let me see. All right, right there. You go here, and then you press add.
And my son should be getting up in there.
Hi everybody.
No, hey Talib, like come on.
Hi Chums. Hi Glenn.
Hello.
Hi. Thank
How
you.
are you?
My guest for today is fashion designer and stylist Ngolela Kabongo. Ngolela, thank you for joining us today. How are you?
Well, how are you? Thanks for having me. Can you hear me fine?
Yes.
Perfect. I know being able to be heard has never been one of my issues.
Okay, let's get started with a very serious question. How are you coping with everything that's happening in the world right now?
How am I coping with everything that's happening in the world right now? I'll say I'm thankful for my faith, my family, and my friends because I've been feeling very uneasy, and anyone that knows me in real life knows that I'm always, very positive, very upbeat. But everything that's been going on, it's just my soul and spirit hasn't been that great. And the thing that was frustrating me the most is that we're used to this happening and we shouldn't be used to it happening.
True.
And especially just this month alone, it was unfortunately, I just feel like, with George Floyd in particular, it had gone too far.
Yeah.
So anyone who follows me regularly knows that, I share my workouts, my outfits, all of that. Lately, maybe for like the past week or so, I've been sharing, resources, tweets, all this stuff, because I think a lot of people there may have been blind to what was going on, and I was like, nope, you're not going to be blind today. Like, this is a problem, and we need to deal with it. So I'm feeling better, and even just like chatting with you put a smile on my face. I've had, again, just faith, family, and friends that have kept me positive, and even people reaching out wondering what they can do or saying thank you for sharing those resources because I had no idea. So I'm like, good. I'm happy because I feel good this time around, that with it being across the whole entire world that's fighting for this, I feel better about it. So I'm getting there.
Thank you so much for that. Okay, let's talk about you and everything you do. When you were young, did you always know you'd be a fashion designer?
Well, when I was young, did I know I was going to be a fashion designer? I will say I grew up watching my mom sew, and my mom can literally make anything under the sun without even like batting an eyelash. And I'm a visual person, so I remember I would literally hover next to her as she's sewing and has the patterns laying out. And I've always been someone I'm visual, but I like to keep my hands busy. And I've always been creative. So deep down, I knew that I wanted to do something that would not have me sitting behind a desk every single day, and that I'd be able to travel the world. And I just remember one thing when I was like little, I was getting myself dressed for school and I was walking out. My mom was like, "You can't wear polka dots and stripes." And I was like, "I want to wear polka dots and stripes." So I've always had a thing for like, this is how I want to dress, this is what I'm going to wear, even if it's not the rule.
Thank you so much. Tell us about your first time designing clothes and what exactly was it for?
So my first time designing clothes, if I can remember, so I'm not that tall now that I'm like older and stuff, but I've literally been like this since like second grade. So when I started getting just taller and I was the tallest one in the classroom, I couldn't fit into any of the regular like kid clothes or anything like that. So I started sewing or hemming my pants, or I'm trying to make them longer and stuff like that so it would fit me. And then I slowly was like, wait, I can do this. I want to do this some more. I want to make other things. And then, so I'd make some things for myself. And then I was a part of Nia Dance Troupe and OrigiNation, of course, and started making costumes because, of course, everyone there knew that I sew, I design, and all of that stuff. And so I started making costumes for the shows, which was like, could be up to like 20, 25 dancers. And I was there with sewing machine, needle, glue gun, whatever, whatever I needed to get it done. But that was an amazing experience to see my creations on a broad stage.
Okay, thank you so much. Where did you end up going to school, and did you study fashion design while you were there?
No, so I ended up going to school. My other passion in life is education and working with young people. So my degrees are in sociology, education, curriculum, and instruction. But even when I was working in schools and working with kids and tutoring and whatever I was doing, I was, teacher by day, fashionista by night type of thing. And I was still doing shows, I was creating and all of that. So I never went to fashion school. I'm self-taught, again, because I would watch my mom sew and just trying to figure it out on my own. So I'm self-taught, and it was just one of those things where whatever I was doing outside of fashion and design, I made sure I incorporated it some way, somehow, like whether it's teaching fashion at summer camps, or I would do one-on-one sewing lessons with some families I knew and all of that stuff. So it is possible to be in the industry without going to fashion school. You just have to have that dedication.
Okay. Do you think it's important to surround yourself with like-minded artists?
Like-minded art. So the thing about me is I connect with a lot of different types of people and artists and designers. And just being a visual person, what's around me and what I see speaks to me differently. Even, for example, my style. I can be glam, head to toe, going to Whole Foods one day or 1 minute. The next time I'm full out like sports bra and baggy pants, or I'm somewhere in the middle between tomboy and this, or I'm very preppy or whatever it is. So because that's how my brain's always worked, all the designers I'm interested in and artists and stuff, they're all so different because I feel like that's me. I'm not you can't put me in a box. I'm not cookie cutter, and I relate to a lot of different artists and designers and stuff, if that answers your question.
Thank you. Are there any specific designers that inspire you?
Specific designers that inspire me. I love, oh my goodness, I'm going to forget the name. Ivan Von, I can't remember, but think of Ivan Von, and they have this really elaborate clothing, and it almost moves. I love, yes, Ivan Von, I'll say. Elie Saab, I love, because evening wear is one of my favorite things to design, so his dresses are amazing. Betsy Johnson, because she's like 80 years old, and she'll do backflips at the end of her fashion shows. Her stuff is very fun and outgoing. It's just, I think her as a being I love. But then there are a lot of small designers that I've, known about through Instagram, and there are a lot of young designers I know that are amazing, that I might be talking to right now, So everyone inspires me, and I have so many designers that I love.
I like Betsy Johnson too. She's really fun.
Yes.
What kind of costumes have you designed for OrigiNation, if you have?
So the costumes I've designed for OrigiNation, if my memory serves me correctly, I always like to start with a certain theme. And so I know one time it was all about schoolgirl-esque. So that look was like cute little schoolgirl skirts, but they were cut up and stuff with like like suspenders, which I love, and just like a white shirt. Another one was all sequiny with red and silver. And that one was for a New Year's Eve show. So people way in the nosebleed seats were able to see it. And when you watch it on video, I remember watching it, just the sparkle and the movement, it was amazing. So I've done, sequins, denim. I'm the denim queen. Give me a pair of jeans, I'll make you an evening gown out of that pair of jeans, believe me. So I've done denim. We did an all white look I styled looks for when we performed on 106 in Park on BET. And that was just a fresh, fun look. So a little bit of everything, but the same with where I gather my inspiration from. My style is just vast. And so I start with a vision, and then you just lay the fabric in front of me and let me get to work.
Why did you move to LA, and has it been easy?
So the interesting thing about why I moved to LA, wasn't because of fashion, but that was part of it. The truth, the truth is I've always loved palm trees, and Clueless is one of my favorite movies. And I literally grew up watching Clueless, like, that's where I want to live. That's what I want to be doing, like fashionable, just out in these streets, looking amazing. And but I also love designing for red carpets, movies. Those are my aspirations. Music videos, all of that type of stuff. And so I wanted to be in LA for that. But anyone else that knows me knows I am not made for the cold. Cold does not love me. I do not love the cold. So I had to be, you know, somewhere fashionable, but then also somewhere that I can pursue more when it comes to my fashion and styling career. So that was a big part of why I moved to LA, but the weather was definitely number one.
Who exactly is your support system, what you do?
So my support system would have to be really my family and my friends. And I mean, they've always been there from when I was doing shows for 5 people, for 10 people. My friends that I'm like, can you model? You know, you want to model my show? Can I take a picture of you in this outfit? Can I style you? Those people that have just been like, sure, it's fine, especially because obviously not all of these events are paid. A lot of the events I do aren't paid. Has a lot to do with like publicity and networking and things. So my family members that have let me either use, you know, the dance studio for rehearsals or casting calls, or whether it's, you know, I'd love to have a fashion show. Can I do a show here? If it wasn't for my family and like my really close friends, like none of this, I wouldn't be doing like any of this.
I agree. Where has your fashion designs really taken you in the world?
So my fashion designs have taken me all over the world. And fun fact, today is June 7th. Yesterday, June 6th, was 6 years since I was in my first British Vogue magazine. So I've been in there twice, and yesterday was like the 6-year mark. That's cool. And that still blows me away. So it's literally taken me from, you know, being in New England to the UK, Liverpool, London. I've done shows all over Massachusetts, New England, so including, you know, New Hampshire, I want to say. I love doing college shows, so I did a lot of those. New York, LA. I did a fashion show, I want to say Virginia. So all over the United States. But the biggest ones that I've done have been in the UK, actually. And everyone there has been very receptive, and I'm still in touch with a lot of them to this day.
You've been everywhere. Wow. You've been everywhere.
I try.
What do you do? What do you do right now? Like, have you done any fashion shows within these few months?
So the past few months, I haven't done any shows. A lot of the shows I do are actually in the fall, and they've been like a month or two back. So I have one that's coming up in November. It was supposed to actually be in September, but of course, you know, everything's been pushed back with the pandemic. So another thing I do besides designing is styling. So I do personal shopping, personal styling, personal styling in the home. So meaning like I do closet conversions, which I love. I'll do virtual styling. So I have clients that will reach out to me just talking about or asking questions about what should I wear, or I'm going to this event, you know, where should I find this, all of that. So a lot of what I've been doing with, you know, the majority of stores and everything being shut down and shipping taking forever is virtual styling and virtual fashion design in a way, but mostly styling and trying to shop. But styling's been going well. That's what I've been doing for the past few short months.
Is there an exact artist you like to style for one day or design for?
Oh my goodness, I have a list. So everyone, you know, I need to tag these people. The people I really want to dress that I see my stuff in. Kelly Rowland, because I keep hearing that we look alike. So Kelly Rowland, I'd love to style. Sierra, something about her, like I really want to style Sierra. Tiana Taylor, because what I love about her is when it comes to styles, she almost reminds, like when I was talking about how my style varies from person to person, she's like tomboy 1 minute, glam girl the next minute. So I love Tiana Taylor. I can be, you know, I can tone it down a bit. So if I could have Michelle Obama in one of my dresses, or even just styling and shopping for her, Michelle Obama, of course. Yeah, those are the first people that come to mind. Those are my faves fashion wise. And what is her name? What is her name? She always looks amazing. I can't think of her name, but it'll come to me at the end and then I'll remember. But a lot of the glam girls you see, and like, you know, Naomi Campbell, who I've seen in person and is just breathtakingly like amazing. But so many people I'd love to, but those are the first ones that popped into my head.
Is there anything you specifically miss about your hometown?
I literally miss like my friends and my family, of course. My family's enormous, so I miss being able to see them regularly. Hopefully soon, in the next few weeks or months, that'll change. And sometimes, every time I come to visit, and I'll go to places, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't live here anymore. There is a little part of me that's like, that's where I used to work, and that's where I used to hang out, and I used to like to go here for lunch, and I used to like to shop here. So, I mean, I'm from like 30 minutes outside of Boston, but Boston and Cambridge, it is cute. It's really, there's something about it. So I do miss it, just being around there and walking around and seeing things and stuff. Not in the winter months. Any of the warm months, but I miss the people the most.
Can you tell me like one or two people that really inspire you throughout your entire career?
Throughout my entire career, one or two people that inspire me. Well, like I said, my mom, because she can make literally anything, but she has to be like, she has to want to sew and create. And so as far as on the seamstress side, I want to be able to sew like that, because that's a constant learning. You're constantly learning when it comes to sewing and creation. So my mom definitely, because she can make literally anything. And I can't think of anyone else really, because when I started sewing and designing, she was the only one I would watch. She was the only one I saw making clothes. So yeah, Madre.
Mine's my grandmother.
Oh yeah, yes, you know.
Yeah. So we're pretty much done right now. So how exactly can people follow you?
So people can follow me. I'm most active on Instagram. It's just at my name. Twitter is a little bit of everything, a little bit of silliness, a little bit of seriousness. So that's at Fashionista, and it's FASHIONSTUH, Fashionista. So I think I'll be changing that soon though, because I want to be under my name. Facebook, you can type in my name, and I want to say it's facebook.com/my name or /I am Ngolela. So yeah, and also my website, Ngolela.com. So if you go to my website, which should be linked in my Instagram, you'll just see my styling, my work. You'll see all the links and everything to contact me, and that's the best way. But literally, anyone who knows, I stay on Instagram, so reach out to me on Instagram. But I have some questions for you. Are we all done, or can I ask you some questions?
You can ask me questions.
Okay. So I know you're a young journalist and fashion designer. You tell me, what has it been like these past few months? Because you've had a lot of time at home, because you're not in school or anything. What have you been doing to better your craft?
I've been designing a lot more than usual. Usually I don't have a lot of time to do it because of school and dance and stuff. But my designs have gotten a lot better these past few months. And I'm actually really proud of myself because I'm almost finished filling up my design book. And there's like 100 pages, and I'm almost finished with it, which I was surprised with myself.
Congrats.
And I've been trying to learn how to make purses and headbands to sell, to start my business up again. And yeah, that's what I've been doing these past few months.
Nice. You need purses are great. Everyone needs a good accessory.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I will add too that I'm styling men. That's one of the biggest things I've been doing this year too. I'm getting into styling men. So being able to style women my whole life and styling myself and then going into men, it's a big leap. And also, how are you coping with everything that's going on? Because you're literally the future. Not to be all cliche, but you and everyone in your age group and all of that, like we're hopefully everyone that's like really fighting and out there. We're trying to make a better future for you. So how are you dealing with everything?
I've been to 2 protests so far. I'm actually very proud of myself because they're my first real protests. Mm-hmm. I did have not really proud of this, but I had like one breakdown, because I'm really scared, to be honest.
Mhm.
But I feel like my generation is going to change everything and hopefully make it better for future generations that are going to be coming into the world sooner or later.
Amazing. I know that is the tough thing about the protests. You want to go and you want to be out there, but it's a scary thing. And again, that's what's been so unsettling with just my soul is it's scary. And I'm up and living in the hills, and I can hear in the night. I can hear helicopters. I can hear what I think might be gunshots. I don't know.
Yeah.
But just following the news and everything, you can hear the unrest and sirens all time of day, all time of night. It's just carrying. But I'm hoping and literally praying that all of this is what we need. And so how can people find you? How can people stay in touch with you, young journalist?
You follow
red carpet reporter.
You can follow me on Instagram at Shaumba-Subira in lowercase and no hyphen. It's all together. It's one username. And on Snapchat, but that's pretty much it. I don't really.
Oh, look who's in! Not Stray the God. How are you, Helen? He's an amazing artist, you guys. If you haven't heard his music, I'm gonna do it in a show. I just need to have it edited. I have to have it edited. How are you doing, Helen? How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm good.
He said he's good. He's cooling.
He's good. I saw he was at protest as well. So I applaud you guys. It's not an easy decision to really be out there, especially because I did hear one of the Boston protests did get extremely violent towards the end.
It got crazy.
So I heard about that, and it's started off peaceful. So I'm happy that you both are safe, but also commending you for really being out there and letting your voices be heard, because that's what we need to do. We can't sit back and be quiet. So.
I do have one question for you. Are there any specific male artists you like to design for and style for as you move to designing for men soon?
Designing for men. So should I start with my crushes in Hollywood?
Yes.
So there are a lot of men that I like their style. So like OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr. dresses amazingly. So and his style, he goes from a nice like street style to very clean to sporty. So I think he would be great to work with. Will Smith, just because I had a crush on him since forever. So I know he's married and everything, but he's my fave. So I would love if I could, just style him, shop for him or something like that. The Rock, mostly because I had a crush on him too. But mostly because I want to work with different physiques. And so The Rock is huge. And so I want to just learn how to style a man that has like that type of body. And, Will Smith is taller and has like a little bit of a body, but, and Odell Beckham Jr., he's not like really small. But so my thing is, so those are probably like my top 3. But I have reached out to some friends and they've agreed to let me style them, and they're very open. So I'm excited. But yeah. And then Jordan Calloway, because he's great. And also, I can't think, there's this guy, Jason Momoa. But yeah. Jason Momoa would be great.
Is there a specific place you've never been before that you'd like to go and have a fashion show in, maybe?
There's so many places I haven't been that I want to go. Last year when I was in China, I connected with a lot of people. That was more for like a fun trip, hang out with my friends and stuff. But it was, I got in touch with a few people there in the fashion industry, which was great. But if I could literally take the entire year off, or even like the second half of the year, and go all over the continent of Africa, place to place, specifically getting like authentic fabrics. And I have, some relatives, distant relatives that are over there. And my father was telling me, I think they own like a huge fabric manufacturing, but something along those lines. I have to get the deets. But I'm Tanzanian and Congolese, so Tanzania, of course, DRC Congo, of course. I love Moroccan style, so I love to go to Morocco, Egypt, for a lot of different reasons. But literally, if I could just go all over the continent and really gather all of this inspiration, because again, I'm visual, that's what I would love to do. But I want to be all over the world. And I haven't been to Japan yet, but Japan's also on the list. I'd love to go to Japan. Because I did actually a few years ago, I did this Harajuku photo shoot in Dark Beauty magazine. It's like a dark as in like goth kind of, but it's amazing. The magazine is just great. So I did this styling shoot. And fun fact, I'm going to tell you as a young designer, don't listen to what people say and follow your dream. When I was doing that Dark Beauty styling shoot, the photographer reached out to me to style this particular look. I came up with one look, head to toe, that I said, this is the look, this is what it's going to be. And what I was styling for was the photographer wanted to be picked out of so many photographers to be chosen to be in the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
When I get to the shoot, it was like almost a 2-hour drive, and it was rainy and all of that stuff. And so I bring her the look, and I tell her, oh, this is the look I have in mind. And she's like, oh, do you have anything else? And I said, no, this is the one, like, this is going to be the look. This is all I have. And she second-guessed me. Mind you, she reached out to me after seeing my work. And so she decides to go to her house, grab some stuff, and put a second look together just in case. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything like that or boast. But when I tell you the look she put together,
Was that?
I was just like, I hope you're not going to put my name on there because I didn't style that look. But long story short, we finished the shoot. It's amazing. And whose outfit gets picked to be in the magazine?
Yours?
Yes. And that was, but I felt deep down inside because I was there alone. I went there. I didn't have anyone with me. And the way she was talking, it's like she kind of still had faith in me, but not really. But I stood firm and said, no, this is gonna be the look. Like, it's going to be amazing. From makeup to hair, everything I styled. And she eventually sent me this long thank you after being picked and stuff for the magazine. And it was just one of those reminders that no matter what people say, like, don't change your vision, don't change your dream, still go after it. Because my favorite quote in life is, you can't have butterfly talk with caterpillar people. So think about that. Rewind, louder for the people in the back. You can't have butterfly talk with caterpillar people. Okay. And that's because not everyone can see your vision. Not everyone can see the end goal. And they may try to talk you out of it or even have you second guessing it. So stay firm in your beliefs and in your dream because it'll come true.
Thank you so much for doing this interview with me.
You're welcome.
I hope we can do another one soon. And I can't wait to see what you end up doing next.
Thanks.
Again,
I had a great time.
Me too.
This is my first live ever. So this is monumental. So I'm happy. Yours too? Look at that. So it's even more special, but it was great. It's amazing to see you and to hear you and everything. So this was wonderful.
Thank you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you everyone who was on, who was watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Thanks. See you guys.
See you.